Hi, Melanie. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? We're meeting after so long.
I know. It's not even a year since you won, right? So, what's the feeling now? I mean, it's about 3 months since you came from the pageant?
Yes, 3 to 4 months. Oh my God. It was filled with a lot of pride, a lot of emotions, a lot of responsibilities. But I'm happy to be back and I'm happy to have represented Sri Lanka at Miss Universe.
So, I won 20 years ago. I represented Sri Lanka 20 years ago. Do you see a difference from then and now?
Of course, now it has opened up to women of all ages and, people can go and compete, voice out for what they believe in. And how was your experience competing there? And what do you wish was different?
Well, when I looked at your pageant, I felt that women have more opportunity, like you said, women from all age groups. Because when I took part, it was only about women from 18 to 26. I was 26 when I took part, so it was my last year, and I was like pressured by that, Before 26, I had to take part because it was my lifelong dream. And then also you have to be like you have to be in a frame, right? You have to be thin and tall and that and this and everything. But now you don't get all those criteria.
No,
it's open up to everyone.
Up. Correct, it has opened up. But I couldn't even tell that you were 26 when you competed. You look really young. You look like you was 80.
Well, I tried a lot. And, like I said, we had to fit into that frame. So I worked out a hell of a lot because for 9 years, the pageant wasn't in Sri Lanka, like the gap that you had when you won. So 9 years means everyone has forgotten about Miss Universe. So then you had to recreate that entire thing. So when I went for the pageant, we were like in the 64th, 65th place. And at that time, there were only about 80 countries. Now,
134 countries. Oh my God. Yeah. So many contestants.
I think so many new countries, right?
Correct. So, Macau participated and there were so many other countries as well.
So tell me, what's the difference that you see? You would have seen snippets of the old pageants and, pageants that happened during our time.
Correct.
But do you see a drastic difference now, other than this whole thing that, age and gender, and now gender also is not an issue.
Not an issue.
Then height and weight and size, and those are not issues anymore.
No.
So what's the other difference that you saw? Are women more confident now? Do you think so?
Yes. Oh my God. They have so many stories to share, and they have to, they want to empower young girls who are looking up to them, and they want to also showcase their country. So that is, I think, something that is new and different, and what people, are wanting to share now.
Yeah, back then when I took part, like I said, limited countries, but I think the competition was a little bit tougher. Because we didn't have so many resources.
Yeah.
Like we were not open up to a lot of things. And at that time, the biggest question was no plastic surgery, nothing artificial. You had to be a natural beauty, that kind of a thing. But now it has changed, right?
It has changed. And I think most of the contestants I saw have done their body. Done their body. So I felt a bit of like an uncomfortable situation there because I went without...
I felt the same
because
thing.
I went without doing anything. I went with my natural beauty. So that was a bit of a challenge.
At that time they said natural beauty, but when you went there, even 20 years ago, they did stuff.
Oh.
So, but we did not know. It was not like a public thing, but when you looked at them, the breasts were done, the butts were done, the extensions were there. And, when you went there only, you realized that, this is like not natural anymore.
Not natural at all. And they call it beauty with confidence. So I think, they try to include all of it. Like you can be beautiful the way you want. You can, make yourself, the way you want and then come out confidently. I think that's what they want to show.
With another difference that I see is that with social media, I think people get up close and personal with the contestants. Like they know the contestants even before they go there. They know what they've eaten, their schedules, their trainers, their everything. So isn't it a bit tough, like to be out in the open there for everyone to criticize you? Sometimes it's people who don't know anything about pageantry.
Correct.
Like they wouldn't know what the difference between Miss Universe and Miss World or whatever. But still they criticize you. So how did you take it up? At that time, we didn't have it as much because of, not having social media around. But how did you manage that?
I think you went that through with me because you were my guru, and you saw how I faced all of these because I got criticism on my body. Like they used to body shame me, and they used to come up with various kind of things. You don't have experience in pageantry, but they did not know how much of effort I put into it. And I participated in so many other pageants, and I got experience, and that's how I competed in Miss Universe. It was a bit tough, but I had to keep going. Like, I was a basketball player and I have this never giving up mindset.
Yeah.
So that kept me going, and I knew it was only me who has to carry myself and was to be confident. No one else can come and back you up. It's
I
you.
think confidence, like you said, is a huge thing that we all women should have. And confidence also comes from, I think, within, you have to build it up.
Yes.
A lot of people will be there. Though you are representing everyone in the country, you're like Sri Lanka across you, there are a lot of negative comments coming from Sri Lanka itself. Like, why is she there? How did she get there? My wife is, or my daughter is more beautiful. My girlfriend is more beautiful. Comments
Yes.
like that. So how did you handle that? At my time, I didn't have comments like that. So it's something new for me, Sometimes it's demotivating. And I feel that even though that we are not a part of the selection, sometimes we have to respect when there is a winner who is crowned.
Yes.
So what is your opinion on that? How did you feel it? Like,
To be honest, I really felt the pressure. It took me at one point, but I told myself, this is what you wanted. You're not only competing for yourself, you're actually going to showcase your country. You're not doing this for yourself. You have a cause that you work on for, and these women are looking up to you. So why not go talk for them and not for yourself? So that kept me going, as well as, like I said, my mindset.
Yeah.
So, and I had a support system at home. My family supported me immensely, and you supported me as my choreographer. So that kept me going, and I'm really grateful for that. So I had a group of people that loved me and supported me. That is really important to keep somebody going. So.
For me, I think I wanted to take part in the pageant ever since, like y'all all say that ever since I was a kid, it was my dream to become Miss Universe or Miss Sri Lanka. It didn't happen to me like that. Eventually, only I decided that I want to compete, and this is the pageant I want to be in. But when I was a kid, I never decided that, okay, I'm going to be a beauty queen, because like I was a tomboy and nobody thought that I would, come into the fashion and beauty side. So you had a dream when you were small, right? That you want to become this.
Yes.
And how did you work towards it? I mean, what are the key steps that you kept?
So we both, I think, had a similar ambition. We were both basketball players. I wanted to get into Women's National Basketball Association when I was little. Uh-huh. But, as time goes on, like you said, you get different dreams coming into your life. So that's how I got into pageantry. And I felt like, okay, like people used to criticize me back then also for my height, for my color, for my complexion and everything. So I thought, okay, let me prove them wrong. Okay, like work for your cause and prove them wrong.
Okay, sometimes when you're in the limelight and when you say something, some people get the wrong idea.
Yes.
Right? When you say something and then misconceptions happen and they think, okay, she's this, she's that. And I also have said a lot of things in public that later on, oh, did I even say something like that? No, I meant this, I meant that.
Maybe they take certain clips and then put it
take it out of context. Has it ever happened to you?
No, not yet. Touch wood. Oh my God, I don't want anything like that to come up. Let's ride the wave.
Okay, tell me, what was your moment that you thought, okay, this is my moment of ride the wave?
That's actually when I stepped down in Mexico. I thought there's no one for me. It's only me that has to, carry my country and show it to the world. I think that was my ride.
It changed you a lot.
It changed me a lot. I'm a different person now, I think. I think you might even see the difference.
So when I went for the pageant, I didn't expect anything. Okay. When I went to Bangkok, everyone said, just go, have fun, enjoy. It's just like a experience. Nobody told me go and win the crown. Nobody told me that. They all didn't think that I could do it. But eventually, when the pageant was going on, a lot of changes happened. And then they suddenly thought, okay, there is some positivity happening at the Miss Universe this year. So maybe we can get closer, or maybe we can come into the top 15 or top 5 or whatever. But when I stepped there, like you said, when I stepped down at the airport, and then when I went to the hotel, you're treated so well that when I came back also, I told everyone, treat me like that. I gave those messages, non-verbal messages to them saying, you have to still treat me like that. I'm Miss Sri Lanka for Miss Universe.
Because you get a chaperone, you get an assistant to take on it.
So I felt like, a superstar. And for me, that experience is definitely one of the best. But when it comes to a change in my mentality or ride the wave moment is after I had my second baby, my son, people still expected me to be the same Miss Universe, Miss Sri Lanka, Miss Universe they saw maybe 10 or 12 years ago at that time. So, and for me, I thought, I can't be that. This is a different stage of my life. I've put on weight, I've matured, I have another daughter, and I'm a mother.
Your body changes drastically.
Body changes, and a lot of things happen to you. And then when I meet people, they say, "Oh, what happened to you? You put on, you that, you this." But for me, the confidence that I have within me told me that you're still pretty. You're still you. Nothing else has changed. So in my mind, I was that thin, nice, whatever figure that I had. But people saw differently, but it didn't matter to me. So I think that was my changing moment, being secure with my appearance, no matter what people thought. I knew that in this phase of my life, I had to be this, and I was happy. I was content. It was enough. I didn't have to change. So,
like you said, it was a mindset that you have to have.
Exactly. So that was like a complete game changer, and it didn't matter to me what people had to say. Now I have an 18-year-old daughter, and things have changed accordingly. And looking back 20 years ago, it's a nice experience, and I think a lot of women should have that experience. It's very limited experience that that a woman can have, but it's a fabulous experience.
I was on my periods when I competed for my mini pageant, swimwear mini pageant.
Oh, I remember. Yes.
So actually, it's like you said, it's a mindset, because your body changes during your menstrual period, and you get this little tummy.
And that was the swimwear competition,
yes,
no?
I had to walk on water.
Yeah, yes. I remember.
How did you face it before I tell you? Because I need your advice.
So, like you said, basketball players, we had to, it was not a sickness for us. When you had your period, you just can't go and say, I'm having my period, I can't play, or I want to sleep, I want like stomach cramps. No, we can't, say things like that. We just have to continue. And I think if we consider that as a normal thing that every woman faces, and we still continue with our duties or chores or whatever responsibilities that we have to do, I think it'll just fade away. It'll become a normal occurrence. But if you think, oh my God, this is happening, this is this, and then, like I said, mindset is everything. You decide, you have to do it, and you just do it. Yeah.
Did you have any issues telling your coaches that you want periods? Because I had when I was in school, like, our girls used to just go and tell the teacher straight away and not the coach.
So if you had it, just imagine my time. I mean, we really had it, yes. But we used to share it amongst our friends, and the friends knew. So we had a good support system where the friends will cover up. But nowadays, I think they're very open about it. Even the coaches notice it, and they're okay with it. I mean, even the boys support, because now most of the boys and girls are playing together or they work together. So I think they understand more now. I wish I was in this generation.
No, actually, I faced a few, like an instance last week where one of my office colleagues like when we brought this period conversation, he said, "Ew, why are you talking this in front of guys?" Even now they talk about these problems. They don't want to hear anything about periods nowadays.
Don't want to hear?
They don't want to hear. This certain colleague of mine. And I said, "Why did you say you? Because this is an open topic. This is not an illness. We get this every month."
He has to understand that he is here today because of that. Because of the work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there are still a few people who are, close-minded, who doesn't want to talk about periods. And I think we need to bring more awareness on it and, tell them, no, you're in the wrong generation. This is not the time to say you. You need to open up. You need to, help women.
Yeah, I think men who really understand women will understand that, okay, this is also a normal thing, but also it is a moment that a woman feels most vulnerable, because she really, the body goes through so much during that time. And though we want to normalize it as much as possible, we also want them to acknowledge the fact that something is happening. It's normal. We want to normalize it, but still you all have to acknowledge that something is also happening, and realize that maybe that with our body changes, hormonal changes or whatever, we might also have mood swings and various other things. So
I think only women can educate them. So hopefully they will.
So with me, I think with working with a lot of teenagers and models and girls in this age where they start their period, I think hygiene is very important, because that's what I always try to tell them. When you start clean, when you have that mindset that this has to be in a very clean manner, then you avoid a lot of diseases. And then even with models, when we do pageantry, we tell them don't wait too long with the same sanitary napkin, change often, and try to, as much as possible, be clean during those periods. And so I think it's a usual thing that men also have to understand that these girls or these women, they have something going on.
Yes. And what are your thoughts on tampons and the cup, period cup?
Well, as models, I think it's really important that we evolve with new stuff that are really healthy, and also that is very hygienic, and also that will not show in any outfit that we wear, because a lot of mishaps can happen.
And that is one of the issues we have, because sometimes local pads are really thick and heavy.
It's good to evolve. It's good to evolve. You have to understand your body. You have to understand your patterns. You have to understand that what you're doing during the day, your job, and what you're wearing, especially, because and your flow mainly, because what will suit me won't suit you. So sometimes you have to understand your body. You have to just listen to your body.
Of course. So I actually have what my auntie is saying, that you shouldn't wear a tampon because it'll, the stereotype against it, right?
No, I don't believe in any of that, because I have worn a tampon. I was a swimmer when I was in school, so sometimes it was new for us at that time, but I have worn a tampon, and it's not uncomfortable as a lot of people say. So it's how you get used to it,
And I also think Sri Lankan schools should, have like sanitary napkins in, girls' washrooms, because some girls, they can't even afford it, even in Colombo schools. So I think it's better for schools to also, have that rule coming up where they, keep sanitary napkins. And, even the government to give, pads for girls, because they give these what you call uniform clothing, right, every year. So at least to give like pads for girls, if they could come up with a rule like that, that would be better for the country, I think.
Yeah, I think they're overloading the government with a lot of things. But I think as women, we should be able to support another woman and understand that if we find it difficult in our day and age and our society, then how much difficult it is for a woman who doesn't have so many resources as us.
Yes.
So we have to be empathetic and think, okay, let's do something for us. And if we can help in the most simplest way, even talking about it, I think helps, because then women will think, okay, they go out and speak, in front of a camera or in front of in a podcast or whatever, then we also are able to speak about it with our friends, our colleagues, our neighbors, our family members. So I think speaking about it also is a huge thing.
Indeed. ලැජ්ජාවක් වෙන්න ඕනේ කෙලින්ම කතා
I
කරන්න.
think lajja, this is a normal thing. no?
Exactly,
Why
that's
do you have to have lajjava labeled on it? So it's a normal thing. It's like I said, it's a normal thing for us. We want to normalize it as much as possible.
And combat.
But then you all understand, men especially understand that there is a change also happening. So understand that, but it's a normal thing.
We need to combat it as much as possible. We can't eradicate. So Rozanne, coming back to the pageant topic, what is one thing you would have done differently in your pageant journey?
One, not. Now, if I had to take part, I would do a lot of things differently. First, I would... See, at that time also, I had a good team prepping me up for the pageant. I mean, I did my research. I did everything possible. But I think I lacked in getting awareness across to Sri Lanka that, okay, I am representing Sri Lanka. Yeah. This is like, I'm representing all of you. So for me to go into or reach out into people before the pageant, I did not do. Yeah. I reached out to people after the pageant. Like, they reached out to me basically. But I would have, done that part also, because most of the beauty queens today, I think they have a good PR system when they get into the pageants. That helps them win or get attention mainly. So that I would change that. Other than that, Q&As, I would have been more prepared. Then I would also not consider, little things that I considered at that time. Like, I thought my height was not enough. I thought my color was not enough when I went when I went for the pageant. But when I went there, I realized that they all want to become my color. Like, most of the European countries, they were like, oh, Sri Lanka, I want your color. I want
They
your
love
color.
our complexion.
Yeah. So then I realized, okay, there is a value to this tan color that we have naturally. So I would prepare myself mentally before that I can win. I didn't do that. I thought, okay, I'll go and experience it and come. So I think that's the difference that I would, if I had to take part today.
I too had that issue. I didn't even have like 1 month to prepare for myself. Our pageant was on.
You were like a very speedy, like
less than a month I had to fly. So I too wish I had that time to, bring more awareness, saying, okay, Sri Lanka is going to compete in Miss Universe after 6 long years.
So now, now after you won, what is the feeling that you have that, okay, I'll never get to do this again kind of feeling? Do you have that feeling? Like, do you want to go back to Mexico again?
I do. Oh my God, yes. Even now, if I could take a flight and go and compete, I would do that. Like, with more awareness and more preparations, we could do like a lot of things. Us Sri Lankans are very talented and our people feel us. So it's just the time we need, more preparations we need to go and, support, correct. So we need more time and support to go and compete and, win. We can actually win. We need more time.
I think now we are in that mindset. And most of the Sri Lankans want the girls, not only universe, like representing any pageant. In any pageant, they want the girls to win. I think when we went, like I said, experience and come, now go win and come. So that's a good thing. It's a major change. Also, once we come, I think we have to continue with whatever we have established ourselves with. And each year after I went for the pageant, each year when another girl went, I felt like me competing again. Now you will also feel that, when this girl goes this year, you will feel that, okay, it's me again. So you want to support, you want to empower the next winner to go further than what you have achieved. So it's like me back on that stage again. It's an amazing feeling.
Can't even imagine, I know.
Tearing also. I know. So Jackie took part the very next year. Like I crowned Jackie. So when she took part in the pageant, I felt like I'm taking part. So when she does something, I'm like, oh, you shouldn't do this. Like watching.
I heard how you were backing her up,
supporting her, and then I know she supported Aruni and so on. But like it's like we are having our little own squad now of Miss Universe. Winners. So it's really nice. It's an awesome feeling, and I think every woman should, now that it's open for everyone, every woman should experience it.
Can't wait. Can't wait to support the next queen.
I know. So as a woman and a woman who is a part of the fashion industry, I think that having your period is a normal thing. And we should normalize it, even when we are having fittings or a fashion show or a pageant or any kind of thing where we have to still, act as if nothing is happening, no changes are happening in our body, and we have to be as cheerful, jovial and beautiful and forget about the bloating and all the other illnesses that the small sicknesses that you feel. We still have to maintain that aura that we have naturally throughout the month, and those 3-4 days shouldn't be an excuse for us to feel less important or less confident. And I urge everyone in the fashion industry to understand that women go through this for at least 2-3 days a month, and especially young girls who are entering the industry. You can talk about it with seniors, with designers, with choreographers, and if you have a problem, everyone will understand, because it's a human thing, it's a natural thing, and everyone is here because of this cycle. So if we get that understanding, I think the fashion industry will be a more acceptable place for women during these couple of days of the month.
As a working woman, former national basketball player, and now the reigning Miss Universe Sri Lanka, nothing should stop you from achieving your dreams.